On the subject of men and cosmetic surgery, we were curious about just how common it is.
According to numbers from one national organization, there's been a 60% increase in men deciding to have cosmetic procedures just since the year 2000.
Yeah, Dr. Gerard Stanley sees that firsthand. He's with SCULPT Contemporary Cosmetic Surgery.
Nice to see you again.
Good to see you.
Good seeing you guys too.
Yeah, so why is it that more men are choosing cosmetic surgery? Have you been able to put your thumb on this?
I think a lot of it just has to do with the guys are saying, hey, if the girls can do it, I want it too. And a little bit of that machismo that a lot of guys deal with I want to look good, but I don't want my friends to know.
Yeah, you want to be discreet about it.
It's all about discretion. And with some of the different advances we're seeing in techniques and procedures, guys can get these surgeries without all their buddies knowing, their coworkers. They can come in on a Friday afternoon, back to work Monday, and they can do it still looking good, feeling good, but they don't have to deal with a lot of that.
Well,
what are my buddies going to say?
For men and women, you want to look as good as you feel. You know what I mean? You see the mirror and it doesn't match that spirit, that vibrancy on the inside.
We use the term harmony a lot in the office, where what you look and see and how you feel, when those don't match up, you don't have a lot of harmony in your life. And we're seeing more and more people, especially men, coming in saying, it's my time. I really want to have this. This has bothered me for years. I finally want to do something about it.
Yeah, well, the recovery time has sped up quite a bit too. But what type of procedures are men looking at?
We're seeing a lot of liposuction where guys are coming in saying, I really don't love my love handles. Let's get rid of them.
Okay, we have some images before you keep going. Let's pause for a before and after here.
This is a gentleman who wanted liposuction on his love handles. This is at 1 week. So you can just see the change in size at 1 week.
Wow.
He couldn't be happier.
Wow. And is that something?
Are they both post-procedure?
The one on the left is a before picture. The one on the right is 1 week after the surgery.
Gotcha.
And for him, is this something you could do maybe after you've lost weight on your own, or is this something you're going to the gym and that's one of those stubborn areas that just won't budge?
You can do it either way. Some people want to lose weight first and then have the procedure. Other people, it's a matter of I want to do this first, and then that really changes.
Okay.
So some of these guys come in and they've been exercising, doing all the ab work, doing everything they can do to lose weight, and they're just not losing the weight. It's a stubborn area. That's where we could step in and say, you know, we can really help move the needle for those patients.
Yeah, and you talk about stubborn areas. This is one as men age, well, men and women basically, but look at the neckline on the left.
There's not an exercise in the world you can do to fix that. Yeah.
So, and we're seeing an increase. This is we call it a scalpel-less neck lift. So everything's done without a scalpel, and we just lift this through a small incision behind the ear. We're using a sound wave device to make that incision. And
so even if you're a man with shorter hair, you don't see that incision if you've got short hair?
We put it up behind the ear.
So you don't, there's no cutting on the neck
There's no
area.
cutting on this.
Right.
So we're tightening from behind the skin.
Wow.
We're doing I'm seeing a huge increase in the number of men saying, I want my chest or my man boobs, or the medical term is gynecomastia, but how can we treat this area?
Call them what you want.
Right. Exactly. Call them
but
whatever
you know
you want.
it if you've got them.
Just stop talking about them, is what most guys say. So we're seeing a huge increase in the number of men who are saying, I really want this area taken care of.
And this is mind-blowing to me,
this
the difference you've made.
He came in, this is about 2 weeks after his procedure. It's called a blepharoplasty or an eyelid surgery. We're seeing a lot of men wanting to do that just because the skin gets loose over time. He came back and said, my wife forgot my eyes were blue. So
you can't really see his eyes on the picture on the left, but yeah, it really does open them up.
And he said when he would watch TV, he would actually hold the skin on his eyes up at the end of the day because there was so much weight there.
How common is that for men that age? I guess women
Extremely
as well.
common. It's very common in men and women. In the old days, insurance used to actually pay for that. Now insurance doesn't, but we're seeing more and more people coming in saying, I really want to get this taken care of. And just doing that simple eye procedure, you can really drop 15, 20 years on your age overnight.
Well, and his quality of life now, to not feel like you're just trying to watch the evening news and you can't.
And you're propping your eyelids up.
Exactly.
So.
The recovery time, Mike touched on it, but what should you expect? And you said, 2 weeks in some cases, a couple of days in some cases. What should folks expect?
The eyelid surgery, you can be back to work the next day. Liposuction, you can be back to work the next day. The neck procedure takes about 3 days for healing because we just let people rest. And it's not that it's 3 days of hurting, it's just 3 days of taking it easy while everything is healing. For the most part, that's where a lot of men are coming in, and we really reserve Friday afternoons as sort of a male block because men will take that half day off of work, they don't tell anybody what they're doing, they come in, they get their procedure, they recover for a couple days over the weekend, back to work Monday, nobody knows.
And nobody knows what's going on. Okay, you're doing something special for our viewers this morning. What are we doing?
I think the special we're doing is half off the facility fee for anybody who mentions this ad.
Great.
or
And that's
mentions this
normally
promotion or this series. so-
$750. So the
Yep.
savings there are real,
Yep.
right? No offense to a $10 discount, but this is much better. Just mention the show when you call. There's also a website on the bottom of the screen now, and it's an informative site. I think that might be a first stop for a lot of people
For a
who
lot
are
of people,
just
we've got a section
thinking
that's
about it.
devoted just to men, so you can go on and really see different procedures that you can do if you're a guy and you're shopping around.
And this is the website, but I want to ask you specifically, why do men choose SCULPT? If they could go to another cosmetic procedure center in the area, but you're special, and so why is it that folks are coming to you?
The big thing is we're really, really big on discretion, and we're really big on getting people back to work as
Yeah.
quickly as possible.
Yeah, we've talked about that minimally invasive idea in the past, and what does that language really mean to patients?
Exactly.
It could mean the world.
It means the world.
Yeah, SculptOmaha.com, that's a website. Encourage you to go to check out. You have some before and afters on there as well that people can visit. on
There's a
the website.
handful. We've
Yeah.
got a bunch in the office too, so.
And you could have your own, right? That's the point. Like, congratulations to the folks who've taken that step. But if it's something where it's bothered you for years, or you're making adjustments day to day to get around the skin, the folds, call 884-6700. The site again is SculptOmaha.com. But Dr. Stanley's a local guy, and so we appreciate that about you too. You're not
Thank you,
just a
guys.
pretty face they send in to talk about these things. Great
Doctor,
to have
thanks
you
for your
back.
time.
Good being here, guys.
Yeah,
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Guess